Okay, today we'll be installing a set of Rancho RS9000 shock absorbers on a Fortuner. And the biggest question that everybody has if you have a Fortuner is, mababawasan ba yung tagtag? It's everybody's primary concern when it comes to these cars. And the straight answer is, yes, it will help. But we have to quantify a little bit. It will never ride like a Benz, it will not ride like a Camry, and it definitely will not ride like a BMW. What you can expect is about 10-12% less tagtag. It'll still feel like a Fortuner if you compare to, say, another SUV like a Nissan Terra. The Terra will always ride better than Fortuner, even though we install these things. That's just to set your expectations on what, because some people think you install a set of shock absorbers, then magically the tagtag will be gone. No, it will never be gone. It will always be there. So the basic difference between the stock shocks and the Rancho shocks is that this one is adjustable. The stiffness is adjustable. It's adjusted by the knob here. It's a 1 to 9 setting here, with 9 being, I believe, is the most matigas, and then 1 is the softest. What you don't actually do is set it on 1 because it'll be a little bit too bouncy. So what we do is we normally set it here at number, let me say here, number 3. There you go, number 3. Sometimes people set it at number 5. It depends on your personal preference. This arrow here is the indication of where you should place it, and that's a very small number 5 there. There's a number 3 there. It's a bit hard to see, but where this number makes tapat the arrow, that's the setting that you put it on. So we're gonna do the same for the front and the rear. So this is the rear shock. This goes to the back. Other shock questions: fit ba siya sa Fortuner? Yes, it fits the Fortuner. It fits the Hilux because the suspension is the same. Although the Fortuner has springs at the back, the Hilux has leaf, but the shock absorber is exactly the same. And now for the fronts. Same thing here, we have the adjustment knob here. You can actually adjust this yourself once it's installed in the car. You just have to crawl underneath to reach it. So it comes out preset with number 5, I believe, and let's twist it a little bit, make it there, number 3. Yeah, so we'll set it at 3 first for all 4, then take it out for a test drive later. Another thing that you guys have to be mindful of is, a lot of times they confuse the terms matagtag and matalbog. I'll let that sink in for about 10 seconds. Think about your own car now, the difference between those two. A lot of times a car is matalbog, people misdiagnose it as matagtag. Those are two different things. So I think probably now you're nodding your head and saying, oo nga no, matalbog nga. There is a solution for that also. Pag matalbog means the suspension is too soft. Either because, number 1, the shock is dead and it's now just bouncing on the springs. That's why matalbog. There is no shock being absorbed anymore because your shock absorber is not working. So a matalbog car basically means that your shock absorbers need replacement. A matagtag car is you'll feel every bump, every hump, and every road undulation. Matagtag also is a little bit different from having a stiff, sporty suspension. That's also different. We'll get to that in another video. But for now, we're gonna install this on the Fortuner and see what kind of improvement we get.